In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear friends, today we are beginning to tell you that man himself stands in the way of fulfilling his desire. There is a story of Masnavi Sharif. He was a thief, so he wanted to make some money because he wanted to give something to his beloved wife or keep something for himself. One night he tried to enter the room through the lighthouse of a house, thinking that it was a good house and that he would get some goods from here. But when he climbed so high and tried to get inside the lighthouse frame, which looked fine, was loose. He fell headlong on the floor inside the frame and suffered severe injuries. So he picked up the frame and took it to the judge to complain. He said, "Look, sir, I went there to steal. What an incompetent mechanic who made a frame that was broken and crumbled. So he should be punished." "It's a big deal," the judge said. The timber seller was called, so he appeared. He said, "Sir, I made the window of this house." He was told, "You planted such a bad kind of useless wood." He said, "Sir, look at this wood. Get it tested by anyone. Look at the other windows, doors, skylights of this house. Because it is broken now, if you find any defect in it, I am responsible." The point is, the problem is not with our wood, but with the carpenter who did not make the frame according to the dimensions. He called the carpenter and he appeared. The carpenter said, "I have fixed the frame perfectly. You can see it according to the map or whatever is required of it. It's not my fault. You call the experts and they will tell you if there is anything wrong with my frame. I'm sure this framework is fine. The architect who fitted it, it's all his fault. He made a mistake in it. Otherwise, my frame would have been fine." So the architect was summoned and he appeared in the court. The judge said, "Oh, incompetent man, there is a very high frame. The dimension is correct. Why didn't you fit it properly?" So now the architect is stuck. He thought, "The court is saying right. There is a gap between the frame and the wall." He said, "Sir, I remember now when I was putting up the frame and I was climbing the stairs, I looked out on the street. At that time, a very beautiful woman was wearing a very high class dress and a very colorful skirt. So, my attention was drawn to it. As long as she walking down the street, I kept looking at her and I couldn't pay full attention and couldn't fit this frame properly. They start looking for the woman who was wearing such a dress that day. When she was found, she was appeared in the court. Asked, "Did you pass through here?" She said, "Yes, I passed." Then it was asked, "You wore such a skirt, such a garland. Why did you wear it?" She said, "Sir, the thing is, my husband told me that what you wear such dull colors. It doesn't look good. These clothes don't fit over your beautiful face. Wear clothes of very high quality." I said, "I don't have any." He said, "I'll give color to your clothes." So she bought dyes from the market, dyed them using a high level of love, and gave them to me. I was wearing such clothes that day. Her husband should be present. the court said. So they grabbed her husband and brought him before the court. The husband was the same person who had come down to steal from the lighthouse. He stood by his desire. The man who wonders so much doesn't know what is going on with him. Where does he stand in the midst of his own desires? He complains to the whole world, but in fact, he gets in his way. Thank you for watching my channel, and if you like the video, please subscribe